y'all what's up. It's Friday, so I'm gonna keep it black. But I'm gonna keep it brief. Copper style, copper style, copper style, cop.
Chopper style?
Brittany Inge, welcome friend. But no, copper style as in Cop City, because that's what the mayors of Atlanta been talking about. They want cops. They want cops.
Girl, get out.
Cop City refers to the $90 million police training facility Atlanta plans to build this year, and well, we the people ain't going for it. Backed by the Atlanta Police Foundation.
Boo!
Where are my tomatoes? The training facility will include an auditorium for police, fire, and public use, a mock city for burning building training and urban police training, an emergency vehicle operator course, and a K-9 unit kettle. And that's just phase one. At a projected 85 acres, Cop City stands to completely step on the police training facilities in the two most highly populated cities in America combined. Nearly 2.5 times bigger than NYPD's and 4 times bigger than LAPD's, and for what? Because we don't got nearly as many police as either one of them. Keisha Lance Bottoms was the mayor when this idea first came about and when the land was leased. Talking about Cop City is meant to boost morale, retention, and recruitment of the city's public safety personnel, as well as ensure they have the space to receive 21st century training that is rooted in respect and regard for the communities they serve. And the current mayor, Andre Dickens, has co-signed on it.
Well, that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Right, because it's lip service. Black, indigenous, environmental, and abolitionist activists are rallying because they're not having it.
Since 2021, organizers have been battling with authorities in hopes of keeping the city from moving forward with this plan because beyond it being wasteful, trash, and a huge misdirection of funds, it's also an environmental threat.
Cop City is set to be built on land known as the South River Forest, which of course was stolen from indigenous folks back in the 1830s. Then it was a plantation. Then it was a battleground for the Civil War. Then it was a prison farm. And today, the South River Forest is home to a green space. And back in 2017, it was promised to be protected from commercial and residential development. So when it could finally be something good, y'all said no. Police. The ecological benefits of leaving these folks' land alone would include floodplain restoration, habitat expansion, and tree canopy protection, all of which the Nature Conservancy says is extremely important for the future of Atlanta, seeing as the population is expected to triple by the year 2040. And on that note, I would personally just like to say, stop moving to Atlanta. Please.
We full.
And Keisha was apparently along with Brian Kipp, boo, on this matter. Both of them believe it was the answer to Atlanta's recent surge in violent crime, which is confusing to me because historically the data literally shows otherwise. In 2016, criminologists conducted a systematic review of 62 studies correlating police force size and crime between 1971 and 2013. And they found that in 40 years of study, it consistently shows that the overall effect of a police force size on crime is negative, small, and statistically insignificant. Most recently, Catalyst California and the ACLU of Southern California conducted a study on the LAPD, and it only added to disappointing commonalities on how police units across America actually spend their time. Reports show that officers spend most of their time conducting racially biased stops and searching for minority drivers, often without reasonable suspicion, rather than actually fighting crime. The Sheriff Patrol officers spend significantly more time on officer-initiated stops, or what they call proactive policing,
Goodness gracious.
than actually responding to 911 calls for help.
But we didn't need studies to tell us y'all don't prevent crime. Y'all just catch who you want to catch in the act.
Hello! So if we want to talk about what our police force could be better trained to do, one thing we don't need trampling over our green space is American Ninja Warrior sets and supersized Andretti's. Get these motherfuckers some people skills. Train specialized units to respond to mental health crises and domestic partner violence to extract family safety with minimal casualties.
If you're not talking shooting to disarm instead of shooting to kill,
We don't want to talk. You signed up to be police to protect and serve your community, not protect and serve yourselves. We saw the militarized equipment used in the 2020 summer uprisings where 60% of the arrests made in Atlanta were black people, though most of the protesters were white. We're currently seeing recurring evidence of white supremacists and police gangs within policing departments.
we did not forget about Tyree Nichols.
And not only that, police have already shot and killed a peaceful protester at the site of Cop City. In January of this year, Georgia State Patrol officers shot and killed non-binary environmental activist Manuel Turan, known as Tortuguita, at a police raid at the Stop Cop City protester encampments. Police shot them 57 times, talking about they fired their officers first. Y'all sure love to tell a lie, don't it? Because according to an autopsy, Turan was likely sitting on the floor, legs crossed with their arms raised in a gesture of surrender when they were shot. And their death, way back in January, has really bolstered the movement, which is why just this past Monday, hundreds of opposing Atlanta residents packed out City Hall in order to offer public comments about Cop City. Line wrapped around the building, almost 7 hours of testimony, and not one person spoke in favor of Cop City. Matter of fact, many listed other areas this money could go to, but somehow the city council is pressed to have us pay $30 million of our taxpayer dollars into the police force. The same police that couldn't find that shooter?
The same police that let that man get on the news?
The same police that had to call Cobb County?
Get out of here.